Nardwuar may be one of the strangest sensations in the hip-hop world, but the Quirky reporter was not always as appreciated as he is today and went through a ton of controversy to get where he is. Born in Vancouver in 1985, John Ruskin was already passionate about interviewing artists when he was only 17 years old, and by the time he was in college, he was fully involved in school radio and journalism under his now famous name, Nardwuar. By the time that Nardwuar graduated from college, he decided that it was time to go all in on music and journalism, abandoning his engineering degree and diving right into politics, but his persona was not yet appreciated.
All the political figures that Dr. Gorbachev has encountered, who has the largest pants?
Nardwuar was becoming recognized as the eccentric journalist in the political world, but he had another industry that he was significantly more passionate about. Nardwuar loved music, and by the time the 2000s rolled around, he was starting to become more present in the music journalism world.
How do you keep your pants up when you're performing? It's incredible. Belt.
His non-serious, almost comical approach would mean every time he interviewed someone, they would remember it, and that was sort of the same for those listening in. But he had something that other interviewers did not. He brought a level of passion that allowed him to spend hours learning about every person that he spoke to that would always catch them off guard.
Hermit crab. Wait, hold up. How you know that? Young hermit crab. How you know about that?
Since college, Nardwuar was always a strong presence on camera, and even though he was nervous and inexperienced, he used it to his advantage to catch his guests off guard and surprise them with well-thought-out gifts and questions. Though many people enjoyed his gift-giving and hard-researched questions, early on, many people didn't really understand what Nardwuar was doing in the interviews, and especially when he was meeting more bands, the guests would tend to be mean-spirited and bully their hosts. As an amateur journalist trying to make a name for himself, Nardwuar was often put in vulnerable situations where artists could ridicule him, and the bullying could be relentless. When Nardwuar got the chance to interview the band Blur, the entire band thought that it would be more fun to bully him, and the drummer Dave Rowantree decided to escalate things further and further until it got out of hand.
Blur or shite shirt. But am I wearing a Blur or shite shirt, Dave, of Blur?
After intimidating Nardwuar and stealing his hat and glasses, Dave then decided to top the conversation off by assaulting him in the hotel room where the interview was being conducted. Things kept getting worse for Nardwuar when he was once again assaulted by a punk band, and they destroyed the gifts that he had gotten them, making one of the very rare instances where Nardwuar would actually lose his cool.
I want to show it though. Oh my god! You piece of.
Though most people would have quit on the spot right there, Nardwuar is not most people. His focused determination to dive deeper with everyone he meets ended up exploding him onto the hip-hop scene after a successful interview with Snoop Dogg, and from that point on, Nardwuar had found those who respected his craft in one of the most unlikely places.
I don't know if you're police or you're just a really good journalist, because my mind is blown right now.
Nardwuar may go down as the only guy in history who's that goofy and somehow still has the entire respect of every rapper in the game. His genuine passion for each of them in their lives allowed him to break down walls and have a fully authentic conversation with people who would never really expect it. But if you think that he's an actual legend,